Good morning, students and parents. This is Suresh, the biology faculty in Sri Guru Medical and IIT Academy, collaborated with Rupa Devi PU College. So, in the last class, we studied about the levels of organization in which protoplasmic level observed in unicellular microscopic organisms, cellular level observed in porifera commonly called sponges, tissue level of organization observed in coelenterata and ctenophora, organ level of organization in platyhelminthes, organ system level of organization in Aschelminthes till the chordata. ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಏನ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವ? ಸೊ ಏನು ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಏನೋ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಏನೋ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದಾವಲ್ವಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಡೌಟ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ನೌ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಶಾಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ವಿತ್ ದ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್, the second important one is blasticity. What is the meaning of this word blasticity? It is the presence of germinal layers in the embryo. So, presence of germinal layers in the embryo is called as blasticity. Now the question is, germinal layers means what? Germinal layers means from which various organs are derived. Various organs are derived means ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕಿನ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಲಡ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಿಡ್ನೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಐಸ್ ಆರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಆ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ನ ಜರ್ಮೈನಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆರೈವ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ germinal layers. So, how many germinal layers are there in the organisms? That is called as blasticity. ಈ germinal layers based ಆಗಿ blasticity ನ 2 categories ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So, what are those germinal layers or what is the blasticity? First one is called by the name as diploblastic animals, and this is called as triploblastic animals. Diploblastic animals, triploblastic animals. Now we shall talk about what is the meaning of diploblastic animals. The animals which have only 2 germinal layers. The animals which have 2 germinal layers only, that is called as diploblastic. Then what are those particular germinal layers? Outer ectoderm and the inner endoderm. only these two are there means, then we will call it as diploblastic animals. Means, if I take the section cutting of these particular animals, imagine that this is the gut. Gut means digestive system. So this is the digestive system. So we will have outermost. Imagine that this is the outermost layer called by the name as ectoderm. And this is the next layer. Imagine that this is the next layer. This is called by the name as endoderm. And you should know that in the middle there is no another layer. Then it is called by the name as diploblastic animals. So what is the definition for diploblastic animals? The animals which have two germinal layers only, called as outer ectoderm and inner endoderm, is called as diploblastic animals. What are the examples for it? It is porifera. What is the nickname for porifera? It is sponges. Porifera. Next one, Coelenterata and Ctenophora. These are considered to be the diploblastic animals. NEET exam medical entrance nalli idu 2 years back ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಒನ್. ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡು ಜರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಔಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಟೋಡಮ್, ಇನ್ನರ್ ಎಂಡೋಡಮ್. ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಪೋರಿಫೆರಾ, Coelenterata and Ctenophora. Now come to the triploblastic animals. These are the animals which have 3 germinal layers. They will have 3 germinal layers. What are they? First one is outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner it is ಎಂಡೋಡಮ್. ಆ ತರ 3 ಜರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಆಡೆಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮಿಡಲ್ mesoderm is added. So imagine that this particular organism I am taking like this, and the middle, this is called digestive system called as gut. So this is becoming the ectoderm. It is the outer ectoderm, and now you should know that it is the endoderm. This is the endoderm. Along with that we have the another layer. So imagine that this is the another layer which is been available. So this layer is called by the name as mesoderm. This layer is called as mesoderm. So this is ectoderm, this is middle mesoderm, and this is the endoderm. And you should know that what are the examples for triploblastic organisms. You should know that it is Platyhelminthes to Chordata. So from Platyhelminthes to Chordata, we are called triploblastic. We are also humans. We are chordates. So we can tell that we are also triploblastic animals. We have three germinal layers called outer ectoderm, inner endoderm, middle mesoderm. Like that we can talk about the blasticity. That blasticity will be available here. So like that it is the process. So understood this one? It is the blasticity where we will call it by the name as presence of various germinal layers. The germinal layers will form the various organs of our body, and they will be three means triploblastic. If they are two only means it is called diploblastic. Triploblastic starts from platyhelminthes. The nickname for platyhelminthes is flatworms. So the nickname for platyhelminthes is flatworms. Now we shall talk about what is the various type of digestive systems in animals. Digestive system in animals. So in this digestive system of animals, we shall talk about how this digestive system will be available in various organisms. So you should know that digestive system will help in the digestion of food. After that, absorption of food into blood. So first, taking the food material, digesting in our body, digesting in our stomach. After digesting, how it is taken into the blood. After that, blood is taken to all the parts of the body. That is the main use of digestion. So digestion, without digestion, we will not get a source of energy. Energy we will get, and that will be useful for this particular doing work. So, what are the various types of digestive systems available in our body? That's what we have to study. So, for this, we must talk about the first one called incomplete digestive system. Incomplete digestive system. Actually, to make you to understand this one, I will talk about the process, how it will be the digestive system. Actually, for any digestive system, I should have an opening called as mouth. And it will have different structures. It will have different structures. And it will end by a structure called by the name as anus. So, a normal digestive system should have first opening called as mouth, second opening called as anus, such that we can take the food material into the mouth and throw away the waste material, undigested food material from our body through the anus. So two openings are there. But now see here. In the incomplete digestive system, what will be there? Imagine that this organism is having or is being present like this. So, a mouth is being present and the digestive system will be like this only. Or take another example which is present like this. Did you anywhere observe an animal like this? Yes. What is that particular animal which is present like this, which is having the tentacles? It is called Hydra. So in Hydra, if you observe, there is a mouth like this. After that, the digestive system is present like this. So what is the special here? There is no opening in the down called anus. Means a digestive system which will have one single opening, which will act as both the mouth and the anus, is called incomplete digestive system. Imagine that I will take an organism, another organism I will take. An animal like this. So in this animal, where is the second opening? How many openings are there? You should know that the food will be taken by the same opening and the food will be undigested food will be thrown out by the same opening. So how can you define this incomplete digestive system? It is the digestive system where there is a simple sac-like. It is simple sac-like. It is a round structure with single opening. Single opening which will act as both mouth and anus. Which will act as both mouth and the anus. Now you should know what are the examples where this type of digestive system is being present. So you should know that it is seen in Coelenterata. That is the example for the Coelenterata is the Hydra. Plus we have the Platyhelminthes. It is commonly called as flatworms. The example for the flatworm, this animal example is called Fasciola hepatica. It is called Fasciola hepatica. Its nickname is liver fluke. Its nickname is liver fluke. So, in Coelenterata example Hydra, in the Platyhelminthes example Fasciola hepatica commonly called as liver fluke, we will find incomplete digestive system which will simple sac-like. It is also called as primitive type of digestive system. Oldest type of digestive system is also called as simple sac type. It is also called as blind sac-like. What is the meaning of blind sac-like? As it is not having the another opening. So a single opening is useful for taking the food material. A single opening is being useful for throwing it out also. Then it is called as incomplete digestive system. I think you understood this one. It is called as incomplete digestive system because of that particular having simple sac-like or single blind sac-like, and it is primitive, oldest type. That's why found in Platyhelminthes and Coelenterites. And the second important one is called as complete digestive system. What is the meaning of this word complete digestive system? It is also called as tube within tube plan. It is also called as tube within the tube plan. Means imagine that an organism is there like this. An organism is there like this. Imagine that there is an opening called as the mouth. And this is the final opening called by the name as, this is the mouth region and this is the anus region. So this digestive system is also called by the name as gut, which is also called by the other name as alimentary canal. So actually, take our body itself. We are like this. It starts with the mouth and ends with the anus. But you have a tube within our tube. So when we have a tube like this, inside the tube we have digestive system going on. That particular one is called complete digestive system. The digestive system starts with the mouth, ends with an anus, with the gut or the alimentary canal is called complete digestive system. And you should know that what is the example for this? It is Aschelminthes to chordata. Actually, what is the previous example? Platyhelminthes. Till Platyhelminthes, it is incomplete digestive system. What is after it? Aschelminthes. What is the nickname for Aschelminthes? It is roundworms. It is called roundworm. Two chordates. So, what type of digestive system we have? It is complete digestive system. As we are chordates, we have complete digestive system. What is the blasticity in humans? Triploblastic animals. We are triploblastic animals with complete digestive system. What is the first one? What is the level of organization in humans or the chordates? As human is a chordate, you should know that it is the type of level of organ system level of organization. Like that, it is the digestive system. So the next important one is circulatory system. What? Understood this particular one? It is the digestive system related one. After the digestive system, we must talk about what is the type of circulatory system we have. So, circulatory system in animals. In animals. Now the question is, what is circulatory system? Circulatory system means it is the blood, it is the heart, it is the arteries, it is the veins, it is the capillaries. All we have to study. So what is the type of circulatory systems humans have? What type of circulatory system animals will have? That's what we have to study. So we have two types of circulatory systems. First one we shall see it later. First we shall talk about the second one. It is called by the name as closed type of circulatory system. So, what is this closed type of circulatory system? Imagine that I am talking about the structure called by the name as heart. So, this is the heart. From the heart, you are able to see the important blood vessel is coming, called by the name as artery. It is called as artery. So, where oxygenated blood or the pure blood will be passed. So now, this artery will give out the branches. So these are the branches called by the name as, these are the branches. Actually, The branches of the artery, imagine that these are the branches. These are called as arterioles. These are called as arterioles. Imagine that these arterioles have given out very fine structures. Very fine structures. These are called as capillaries. Imagine that these capillaries will join together to form the structures like this. These are called as venules. And this is called as vein, which is bringing the blood and pouring it into the heart like this. So it is bringing the blood and pouring into the heart. So from the heart, the blood is coming like this, giving to the arterioles and giving it to the organ. Imagine that this is an organ. So when it comes to the organ, what it is doing? It is giving out branches. Imagine that this is the organ, and the branches which are available in this one is called capillaries. Simple example I will give. Whenever you are seeing your eye, on that red, fine, small, thin structures are there. What do you call them? Those are called capillaries. But from where the blood is coming to your eye, that is artery. When you see the backside of your heart, you will have arterioles. This is the organ called as eye. On the eye you are having the capillaries. So when the blood is coming like this, it is the artery giving arterioles giving out very thin structures called capillaries. And now the capillaries will join together to form venules, and from the venules it is coming to the vein. From the vein it is coming to the structure called heart. See here, your blood is perfectly been going through the blood vessels and have the structures called capillaries. Then it is called closed type of circulatory system. What is the meaning of closed type of circulatory system? So closed type of circulatory system is that which will have a clear blood vessels called arteries, arterioles, veins, venules along with the capillaries. And the organ will get the blood through very fine blood vessels called capillaries. Means blood is not coming out. It is continuously passing through the closed circulatory system with the blood vessels. It's called closed type of circulatory system. So it is the example. So now you should know that where it will be found. It is found in chordates. So what type of circulatory system we have? We have closed type of circulatory system where we have clear blood vessels and we have blood capillaries where the blood will be moving in this particular process. That is called closed type of circulatory system. Chordates. So now for humans, what are the characteristics till now we studied? We have organ system level of organization. We are triploblastic animals. Yes or no? And we have the tube within the tube plan, complete digestive system, and we have closed type of circulatory system. What type of digestive system is ours? Tube within the tube plan, it is the complete digestive system. Now see the first one. I think you understood this one. So now it is the first. It is called open type circulatory system. Now what is this? Imagine that I am talking about a structure called by the name as heart. Heart is just a pumping machine. Here also a pumping machine. But in the pumping machine, what is happening? Blood is circulating like this. Now see here. From the heart, we will get the blood vessel. We will have the blood vessel called by the name as artery. Now the blood is moving like this. Correct? So now the blood is moving like this. So now the blood is coming like this. So now when it comes, actually it should give small blood vessels called arterioles. After that it should give capillaries. But now what it will do means, it will directly come and directly give the blood to the organ. Directly it will give the blood to the organ without capillaries. Without capillaries means now imagine that we have cells or tissues inside the organ like this. So it is the tissue. It is the tissue. You should know that the blood will be directly been flowing into the spaces between the tissues. So this is the blood. And now that particular blood will be collected and in passed to the heart. So now the blood again reached back. So you have the arteries and the veins. But what are absent? You should know that capillaries are absent. So now blood. So actually what is the definition for this open type of circulatory system? It is the oldest type of circulatory system where the blood is pumped to the organ directly without capillaries, and the tissues will directly bathe in the blood. So they will bath in blood. The tissues will bath in the blood. That type of tissue in the circulatory system is called open type. So what are absent? Capillaries are absent. Blood will be directly. So you should know that where is the blood pump? The blood is pumped into the tissue directly or into the organ directly, and the blood is pumped into the spaces between the tissues called sinus. So how you will define this open type of circulatory system? It is the oldest type of circulatory system where the blood is being pumped into the organ with. It is the organ with the spaces called as sinuses. So the blood is pumped into the organ where the spaces between the tissue called as sinuses and there are no capillaries is called as open type. See the difference between these two, that is the open type and this one. Examples. Where do you find this one? It is in the invertebrates. Example for the invertebrates, we can talk about arthropoda. Arthropoda, animals which have jointed legs, are called as arthropoda. And next one it is mollusca. In these particular animals, you can see open type of circulatory system. So in arthropoda, mollusca, lot are there, but remember these ones. So you should know that blood capillaries are absent in the open type of circulatory system, and blood will be moving in the spaces in the organ called sinuses. That is called by the name as open type of circulatory system. Understood? So it is characteristic of invertebrates, but this closed type, we have closed type, sophisticated type of circulatory system where capillaries are there. So here the tissues and the cells will bathe in the blood, and the cells will take whatever the requirements are there. But here the capillaries will provide the nutrients to the organs. Like that it is the process. Very, very important question. Try to read this particular one. Thank you. Read these particular topics.